It seems like just yesterday, but the story really goes back 7-8 years. It was a couple of days before Christmas. In fact, it might have even been Christmas Eve when I got a call that a couple of folks named Molly and Guillaume Duramel wanted to come see me about the family making a gift to Rhode Island Hospital. And it was just about that time that I was formulating an idea and a vision to create a neuroscience institute at Rhode Island Hospital. And I said, well, I need a neuroscience institute. And Guillaume said, well, tell me what that is. I felt pretty strongly that the way we were going to move that needle was to bring the 3 different disciplines that look at the brain together to tackle some of these big problems. So the discipline of neurology, the discipline of psychiatry, and the discipline of neurosurgery. And so we thought about it a lot, and we thought, well, great-grandfather would really, and great-grandmother would appreciate that we did this in the honor and the name of their son, Norman Prince, who died actually of a brain injury, being catapulted out of his airplane, fighting the Nazis.
The catalyst for funding this Neurosciences Center was keeping my great-great-grandfather's initial intents in mind, because he was a big supporter of hospitals and health. And then when we thought we could do it in the honor of his son, that made it even better.
We had an incredible opportunity to give a major gift here in Rhode Island in honor of my great-great-grandfather and his wife, Abigail Norman Prince, who comes from Rhode Island, in a field that has an extraordinary opportunity and potential for the state, for the hospital, to really blaze through some incredible frontiers. So we're really lucky to be able to do that in partnership with Rhode Island Hospital.
I think that the gift the Prince family has made, which established the Norman Prince Neurosciences Institute, can be best described as transformational. Now we are able to attract patients from all over the world. And I just looked at it a few weeks ago, where the patients have really come from for neurosurgical care in our department. I noted that the people traveled from 28 different states in the U.S. To Rhode Island Hospital for their neurosurgical procedures. We had 14 different countries from which the people came here for neurosurgical care.
I'm a lifelong resident of Rhode Island, and of course, like most people, when you want the best, anytime anything that was seriously wrong, disease or structure-wise, I go to Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, Lady Clinic, Mass General, Dana-Farber, Brigham and Women's. I had what is called a cervical myelopathy, which was a kink in my spinal cord, and the only way to correct that would have been by a surgical intervention. And the people at Johns Hopkins were not really willing to do that because of the seriousness. And they indicated to me that the guy to do it, the person to do it, the physician to do it, Dr. Gogoslin, and he was in my backyard in Rhode Island.
I was very privileged to be chosen as his surgeon, and he decided to come to Rhode Island Hospital Lifespan because what Norman Prince Neurosciences Institute has been able to offer here. He had a very successful outcome, and his own testimonial would say that he had a wonderful experience here.
I guess there's this little thing about Rhode Island that everybody likes to be down on Rhode Island, and we've got, it's really Rogues Island, and all these negatives. And now what's really cool is that these people are coming from not just Boston and New York, but from further afield. It's a real feather in the cap of the state.
The people in Rhode Island, people like myself, are very fortunate to have philanthropy that the Prince family has offered to Rhode Island. And thanks to them, I'm better. And thanks to them, people in Rhode Island do not have to go out of the state.
It's extraordinary to see the Norman Prince Neurosciences Institute really headed and become essentially a world-class neurosciences institute, attracting people, patients from all over for the specific world-class skills that we've attracted to this hospital.
What excites me the most about the NPNI is that it's, it's in a small state, and it's much easier to get things done in a small place, in a small environment. And I'm sort of hoping that we can use that here in Rhode Island and Rhode Island Hospital, and maybe do great things and become a model for the nation.
I can't think of a more deserving family to be recognized as the individual champion. Often champions go where others won't. They'll take a bit of a risk, they'll take a bit of a gamble, they will believe in what can be achieved, and that's exactly what they did 7 or 8 years ago. It was really extraordinary. It has paid off in multiples in terms of the patients we've been able to care for. Lisette, Guillaume, Regis, Diana, congratulations, incredibly well deserved, and so happy to be here with you tonight.